Hello, everyone, again. This is John Matrixx. You listening to John Matrixx Talks Movies. And today we're going to talk about the 1984 cult classic film, Children of the Corn. It stars Peter Horton and the great Linda Hamilton, who is from Terminator, as everyone knows. Um, Seemed like this movie was a low budget movie. Um, I like it. It's not a great movie by any stretch, and I'll get into that. But it is kind of a chiller, mainly because of the main antagonist called Isaac in the movie. He's kind of terrifying just to kind of listen to him. But basically, this movie is about this physician named Bert and his wife. They're traveling to Seattle for um, his new job as a physician. So they travel through Gatlin, Nebraska, and while they're driving, they hit this dead body, and the kid is already dead because he's murdered. And Bert goes over and looks at the kid and like, oh, he's already died. His throat is slashed. So all of a sudden, Bert, the physician, tries to become Magnum PI. He thinks he's, some kind of bit shot investigator and everything. I would not recommend this guy to be your doctor because his decision making is very, very horrible. So he goes out into the cornfield. The cornfield is, a bit part of the story. That's where all of their false god and everything is. But he actually takes the dead body, puts it in his trunk, starts carrying it around in the town. He's looking for a phone. Now, keep in mind, this is 1984, so there's really no cell phones at that time. So the little small town of Gatlin, Nebraska is completely abandoned. And he's looking around for these phones. It looks like a ghost town, and the phones that he does find, they're all cut. So eventually he ends up finding a house, and there's a little girl in there. And, they ask the little girl what happened to all the adults. And she says that Isaac has put them in a cornfield. So just to retract a little bit, what happens at the beginning of the movie, basically all of the kids, they go around, they kill all the adults in that city. So that's why they're in the cornfield. So Bert, once again, leaves Linda Hamilton's character in the house with the girl. More bad decision making. He goes out and he starts looking again for more clues, what's going on and everything. And it's like, okay, you kind of know that something's bad has happened in this town. Yet you're gonna leave your wife in this house with this little girl that you've only known for 2 minutes, and there's nobody around. Why would you leave her by herself? Makes no sense to me, but that's what happened. So, of course, Isaac and his main henchman, his name is called Malachi, actually ends up capturing Linda Hamilton's character. Her name is Vicky, by the way. And they're going to sacrifice her to their god, and the god's name is He Who Walks Behind the Rose. So Bert comes back to the house, like, where is my wife? Well, she's about to get sacrificed because of your dumb decision making and leaving her there. And by the way, Vicky throughout the movie is constantly telling Bert, can we just go? Can we just get out of here? Of course, he doesn't listen. But anyway, so eventually he has to go out and looking for her. Now, the character I really did like in this movie was Isaac. The character of Isaac, he's played by John Franklin. John Franklin, he has this kind of disease where he always looks young. Because I believe when he played the role in this movie, he actually was 24 years old. So he's like a man-child per se. he's playing like a 12-year-old in this movie. So everything that comes out his mouth, the way his voice sounds, is kind of frightening in a way. You really have to, watch the movie to see what I'm talking about. But he's like Moses, leading these kids. Basically he convinced all of them to kill all the adults, for their God. And Malachi is his right-hand man. And Malachi, I think he's really kind of, frustrated with, Isaac's authority and everything. And he's kind of tired of preaching. Malachi is definitely more bloodthirsty than Isaac. Malachi has no problem killing anyone. So eventually, Isaac betrays Malachi and has all the other kids capture Isaac, and put him on a cross to be sacrificed to the god. And that doesn't go so well because Bert shows up there, and it's a pretty good scene actually. Basically this demon, possesses Isaac, and Isaac kind of comes back looking kind of like a zombie kind of thing, and goes after Malachi, and all of these kids are around there, and they get kind of scared. They run away, but there is kind of a tie to a biblical reference in the book of Revelations, talking about the beast and everything, and the lake of fire. So they have to try and basically burn the cornfield to keep the demon out, and that's basically what it does. But overall, if you really want just like a little flick, it's only an hour and a half long. It's a decent movie, but it's definitely a cult classic. I remember it watching it when I was a kid, and when I was a kid, it was a lot more terrifying than me watching it now as an adult. But it's just the frustration with the character of Bert just making bad decision after bad decision, but his bad decisions actually kind of lead to the movie into what it is. Linda Hamilton, hey, she's good at everything. She really is. But Bert, I just got to shake my head to him. Take note. Never leave your spouse alone in a ghost town. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So that's my take on it. Children of the Corn, watch it. It's a decent movie. It's a classic, low budget kind of 80s movie. This came out in 84, so I think this was right around the time Terminator came around. So I think this movie probably came out before Terminator, so nobody really knew Linda Hamilton back then. So she wasn't a big star the way she would be with Terminator and Terminator 2. So that's my take on Children of the Corn. You can check it out. It's actually on Netflix right now, so you can watch it on Netflix for free. I think it's $2.99 on Amazon to watch it if you don't have Netflix. But check it out, and we will catch you on the next review.